Yeah, really pleased. Like I say, I think we learnt a lot again from Tuesday. We learnt a lot from last weekend at Bristol City. We go there with a stronger squad than we had this time last week. More players coming back into contention and more players in better positions than they have been in recent weeks. So looking forward to it. We know what a tough test it's going to be. We had success up at Salford last season, and it just so happened that the timing of the season being suspended was the weekend before or the week before on preparations leading up to the Salford game at home. So it's certainly going to be an interesting experience going up there with no fans. We were well backed when we went there last season, just before the Christmas period. But we're hoping for a similar sort of result.
I mean, and what are you expecting from Salford? I think they're probably one of the sides tipped to definitely go up or to win the league this season. I mean, how do you prepare for a side that expected to?
Right. It's pretty simple, really, that they're tipped, and rightly so, favourites, because they've probably spent a substantial amount of money and they've invested into good players and very good players at this level. So that's why they'll be favourites. But we've got a good core group of players ourselves. So it'd be one of those where we'll know more about Salford, but all my focus is obviously on Exeter City and seeing how we play on Saturday and see how we perform, and hopefully getting something positive out of the game, and hopefully getting a good points return from a positive performance. I can't control what Salford will do, can't control how Salford will play, but it's in our own hands in terms of our own performance. We've got to approach the game in the right manner. We've got to be physically and mentally ready. Whenever you go anywhere, let alone up north, you've got to be tough to start with. But we've also got to play, and we've got to show our quality, and we've got to affect the opposition players and the opposition goal. So, all to play for, and certainly one we're looking forward to.
And in terms of injuries, absentees, how's the squad looking in that respect?
Well, better than they were, like I say, this time last week. Tom got through those minutes on Tuesday. I did Piers Sweeney. Ben Seymour's unfortunately missed this week through an illness. Alex Fisher's come back into contention, having missed the game on Tuesday with his brother's wedding. Nicky Law trained with the physios at the start of the week, but trained with a group today. It's just a case of who we can throw in there to start a game when it's going to be crash bang wallop and an intense game. Who's got 90 plus minutes in the locker, so to speak, but also who's impressed so far in the game. So we're certainly stronger than we are. We expect to be stronger again next week because Jake Caprice isn't far away. Alex Hartridge has got a niggle as much as a muscle tear, so it's only a muscle strain, so not too far away. So I'm pleased with where the group are getting towards. But like I say, you want your best and most mature players on that pitch to give a foundation to any performance, and those players I've mentioned will certainly do that in the future. But we go there this weekend with players who've played well and performed well in the last couple of weeks.
And there's obviously going to be the opportunity for some of the younger lads. It could be their league debut.
Yeah. Some made their cup debuts at Bristol City, and some on Tuesday night, and some to make their league debuts on Saturday at Salford. So I think we might have a few weekends or a few games where there's players making debuts, certainly for the foreseeable future. But we've also got a couple of new signings in there as well. We're going to make their first league appearance for Exeter City. Rory McCall's got a wealth of experience. Lewis Page, a similar sort of mould in terms of experience, but not so much games played. So lots to look forward to. I want them to enjoy their opening start for Exeter City. It couldn't be any tougher in terms of going up to Salford, but we go there with a really good, clear mindset in terms of what we want to achieve, not just on Saturday, but what we want to achieve this season as well. And we've got to compete first and foremost and be competitive within this league. And like I say, we'll learn more and more each day, each week with regards to this team. And I'll know a bit more about this group come 5 o'clock on Saturday.
And in terms of off-field matters at the club, it's been a huge few days, hasn't it, with the Ollie Watkins news? I mean, for the club to grow such a brilliant academy product, and it must be a proud moment for you and for the club as well.
Yeah, fantastic. You've got to mention the staff who was here previously in terms of Paul Tisdale and his coaching staff, the academy staff from years ago who worked with Ollie, right through from all age groups. And I said in a previous interview, we're so pleased that he's gone through the right route. Come all the way through for our academy, through to the under-18s, and then within the first team environment, had time out on loan, had time in and around the first team, and then really stamped his authority in terms of that football pitch at St James's Park, and performed really well, and performed exceptionally well in his final season, and was rightly sold at the right time. But he was ready to move on then. He earned his stripes. He's improved, he's developed, he gained his experience in lower league football, and that probably put him in really good stead for what was to come. And he's had success at Brentford as well, and Brentford will have played his part. They played their part in his development, and now he gets his opportunity at the Premier League. So delighted for Ollie, because he's a great lad. Delighted for the example it shows to the outside world in terms of what we do as a football club, but also privately delighted for what it shows our young players within the football club. Ollie went about his business in the right way, day in, day out. Wasn't perfect to start with, took time to develop. Was patient in terms of getting his opportunity, and took his opportunity. Built himself physically. He was in the best physical shape I've seen a lot of players being when he was in our time at Exeter City. So that's a real indication of what chance he gave himself. And then his football did the talking after that. And he was part of a relatively successful team at the time. And like I say, moved on to the Championship, which was a really good reflection of the level he should have gone to. And now he gets his opportunity in the Premier League. So, I can't hide how delighted I am in relation to how that reflects on all involved at the football club, and also some people who are no longer working within the club.
Some more good news for the club today as well. The EFL Gold Award for Family Excellence. I mean, it just shows what a brilliant family club Exeter City is, doesn't it? Okay,
brilliant. Yeah, we want everyone to enjoy the match day experience at the park, and to get that award just shows how much people are working hard behind the scenes to provide what should be an enjoyable day out. Bring the kids, family, stand on the big bank, get involved, back the team. Everything you want to be involved with within football. But you also want to witness good football on the football pitch as well. And players, maybe homegrown players from afar, representing the club in the right manner. So hopefully that's another reflection on a lot of good work behind the scenes from the club. I'm sorry I didn't know too much about it before you mentioned it. But like I say, that's another bit of recognition for the club.
And the last one for me, obviously, we've got the award for the family excellence. I mean, we miss the fans hugely, don't we? But have you got a message for them ahead of the new season?
Yeah, well, it's so difficult. There's still uncertainty until in relation to when we'll next see him and they'll next see us. So with the most recent lockdown measures, it's difficult to predict when we'll all be together again. But we know we're going up to Salford with their support and their backing. It was great to go there last season and witness that away in full and in good voice, and to reward them with 3 points. We'll be looking to do the same this weekend. I know they'll all be watching at home on the iPlayer or iFollow, and they'll be watching the results come through. So we're all still together. Like I say, a lot of uncertainty in relation to when we'll all be in the same stadium together, but we're looking forward to those moments. And like I say, hopefully the players will keep reflecting the club in the best possible way.